Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Peak Physique Podcast. Got a special one for you today for a few reasons. Got an awesome guest here. We're at the gym, and I have this awesome guest for a specific reason. We got a special announcement. So Peak Physique's been growing. Thanks to all of you for continuing to support the gym. We've gotten to a point though where our morning classes have gotten full consistently, and there's space for more classes. And Tim is going to come on board and teach some classes and do some one-on-one training.
Woo!
He just started working on his quest last week, 2 weeks ago, and thought it'd be cool to bring him on the podcast so you guys can get to know him a little bit more. For those of you who don't come in the morning and get to work out with Tim so often. And let's start with this. Tim, well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me today. This is Tim's first podcast. I told him to get ready for all the fame that's about to come his way. Try not to let it get to his head too much. But anyway, welcome, Tim. First of all, so let's start by this. Tell us a little about yourself. Where did you grow up?
I grew up right here in West Dallas,
Right here in West Dallas. And where'd you graduate from?
Nathan Hale High School.
Right on. Are you married? How many kids?
I'm married to my wife Ruth. I've got 2 kids, Duke and Willow, 9 and 7.
9 and 7. And where did they go to school?
Right now they go to school at St. Jacoby.
St. Jacoby. Playing sports?
Yes, my son's currently playing basketball and my daughter is cheerleading.
Oh, all right. Are they is that kind of cohesive where she cheerleads at his games? Or?
So far it's been so good. So far so good. But I think maybe next week or 2 weeks they're gonna have kind of a button to schedule. Or yeah.
That's where life gets interesting.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, a lot of that going on here at the gym with members and even Alex and yeah, sometimes Jess as well. So tell us a little bit more about like your favorite pastimes and hobbies. What do you like to do?
Well, right now I just like to work out, for sure. And I love pro wrestling, but working out right now is my absolute favorite thing to do.
I mean, I'll vouch for that. He's here a lot. Been here a lot the last few weeks. What's been going on that you've been here so much for the last few weeks?
This map challenge.
How did you fare?
I ended 2nd place, and it was brutal. I will never do it again. It was so tough.
Guys,
I had great competitors. It was just tough.
yeah, if you haven't been paying attention to the MEPS challenge, it came down to Tim versus Jasmine, and Jasmine ended up winning. Congratulations,
Woo!
Jasmine, if you're watching. And everybody that did the challenge really put in a lot of work, but those individuals out there who are competitive in nature, like this guy, put it to the point of unhealthy. That's a lot of work.
That's true, yeah.
But you know, I admire your guys' competitive nature and your will to keep going, because I know you guys were working out a lot.
Yeah, it was brutal.
So we were talking a little bit before we got the cameras rolling about your past with wrestling. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I thought that was pretty interesting.
I grew up as a fan. I watched it with my dad quite a bit, and I never grew out of it. Like people grew out of wrestling, obviously, because they learn it's fake. For one reason or another, grew out of it. I never grew out of it. I always loved it. The athleticism, just the storytelling, drama of it all. I would help set up rings every now and again for a couple of guys, and every now and again they need a body. Throw me in there, and I get tossed around.
You started young, right?
Yeah, about 17 years old, which is technically illegal, but nobody really checks, you know. You know how it is.
I hope nobody's watching it.
Oh boy, I think the statute of limitations is far past, I think.
That's really cool though. And when did you kind of hang that up?
Not long after that, because it was just brutal. I went to a training camp, and that was brutal too. It's all just terrorizing your body up, and you know, fake or not, predetermined or not, it beats you up. That's tough.
Well, I think you made a good choice by hanging it up, because yeah, you're 100% right. Those people that do it for a long time.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they're right.
So many problems.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, aside from what you did with wrestling, you recently started your fitness journey, right?
I'd say about 6 years ago or so, I really started to get back into it.
What got you moving again?
The fact that I couldn't move. Story in particular, I was in the front yard. My son had just turned 3, and my daughter was about to turn 1, and she's still crawling. And he started running around, so I started chasing after him, and I couldn't get around the tree twice. Before huffing and puffing. And I said, she's gonna be walking soon, he's already running around, I need to do something before I'm just a bump on a log dad, and I don't want to be like that.
Well, like were you working out at all, or you just completely?
I was working out here or there. After my son was born, I took like the year off to get fat on the couch. Then I kind of got back into it, but then my daughter was born, and another year again, getting fat on the couch, and that was it.
It happens to a lot of young kids. A lot of you're definitely not alone. So, how much weight have you lost since like 6 years ago when you started working out?
I was about 260 when I started. Right now I'm hovering about 200.
Well, Tim was a little upset. We started something called the Transformation Wall of Fame here, and he already came into the gym with all that weight lost. So
I was gonna put it back on so I get on the wall.
That's like, oh,
I was advised not to.
Well, I'm glad somebody advised you not to do that. But you know, it's awesome that you were able to do that because I know it's not easy to turn the table once it's working against you.
Yeah.
You know, as it goes inertia, that thing that stays at rest or is at rest stays at rest.
For sure.
Goes the other way around. So good job. And the fact that you've kept it off that long shows that it wasn't just a flash in the pan. You're actually committed to it and sticking with it.
I definitely feel a million times better.
And you know, when it comes to something like that big of a weight loss journey, it's never easy. So like, what kind of challenges did you encounter on your journey? Do you remember that stuff?
Oh, staying consistent with either working out or my diet, especially my diet. I love PB&J, you know that. I can eat PB&J every day of the week, every meal of the week, so yeah.
So like when you started the journey, it wasn't just a turn the table to lose all that weight. You had setbacks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Remotivate yourself occasionally. Had to wipe out the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, wean off of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get the shakes, laying in bed for a few days.
Tell myself I'm not going to buy any more PB&J, but the kids like it too, so did I buy it for them or if it's in the house? I don't know.
I get it. We all have our thing. My wife and I did a time capsule a couple of years ago, and I honestly put a Nature's Valley bar wrapper in there because back then I was eating one every single day, maybe two. Honestly though, I'm so cheap that they got too expensive for me. But at the point when we were putting them in there, I was like, I'll never stop eating these. I eat them every day. I'm hooked on them. But yeah, good old inflation pushed them past my limit. I quit. But yeah, back then I thought for sure. All right, so a little bit more about you. So what made you decide to pursue a career as a fitness coach? Because this is kind of out of your wheelhouse of things you've done in the past.
Yes. I worked at Quad Graphics for a number of years, and I had recently quit like a year and a half ago. And just struggling to find something that's not just bouncing around from job to job. Yeah, lo and behold, you approached me, and it was like a light bulb in my head. So I just obviously took it, and I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah, you had written down in your goals that week that you were looking for some sort of, employment. And we were talking after class one day, and I asked you what you were looking at. And you said Dunham's, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, maybe Uber would be a good idea because then you wouldn't have to have potentially a 20-year-old manager.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went home that night and I was like, man, you love working out. Obviously you do. You lost all that weight and you're here, like I said, just as much as I am. So I thought I'd ask you the question, and here we are today. So I'm excited about all this.
Me too.
So what's your favorite class at Peak Physique?
Oh, kickboxing for sure.
Why?
Because you get to beat the crap out of stuff. I might say row mill, but with those two set classes before it, it's probably not row mill. But definitely the kickboxing.
Similar reasons, right? You get to kick the crap out of yourself in row mill.
Yeah.
In kickboxing, you get bags and tie pads, but I get it. And I hope you're not just saying that to kiss up to me.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I get it. If I had to say which class would be my favorite, it'd probably be kickboxing too.
It's like the fun cardio where it's not just, drains on you. You're always moving, it's fun.
So, we already talked about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So maybe we pick something else. Aside from that, what's your favorite cheat meal?
Tacos. Tacos for sure.
What kind of tacos?
Any kind of tacos. Authentic tacos, poor man tacos, America tacos, it doesn't matter.
All right, you're a taco man.
Yeah, for sure.
So every time you go to a Mexican restaurant, you get tacos, or do you ever venture away from it?
Nah, I usually get like the sizzling fajitas,
Ooh,
stuff
yeah.
like that, yeah.
I love that. You get that. It's coming out.
And then everyone's like,
everybody's like, that's me. It's good. It's good. All right. Well, those are all the big questions I had for you today, Tim. Is there anything that you wanted to add in before we wrap the podcast up for today?
I just want to thank you, Ricky, for having the faith in me and believing in me to
Heck yeah, man.
having me become part of your gym.
You're welcome, buddy.
And all you people out there, I'll be seeing you.
Yep. Don't be afraid of his grizzled features. He looks like Mr. Clean, but he's very friendly. Well, man, I'm looking forward to working with you too. I know this is going to go well, and thanks for coming on the podcast today. Thanks to all you guys out there that took the time to watch this, and like Tim said, come check his classes out. We're setting a goal of getting them started in February.
Yep.
And yes, he said it's going to be early. We're looking at right now definitely 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Although there might be other things in there, that's definitely going to be what we start with though. But anyway, thanks again, everybody. This wraps up the Peak Physique podcast. You guys have a great day out there, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. All right, done.